Hi everyone, happy Saturday. So I did miss the flip through Friday video yesterday. Um, really and truly, I just didn't feel like doing a video, and we had some last minute scrambling at the end of the day involving the Not My Cat. He is scheduled to be neutered this morning, so he's on my front porch so that I can easily get him transported. Just a moment. And just generally worrying about him, so I just didn't really feel like making a video, to be honest. So you'll get two videos this weekend. Today we'll do what we were going to do yesterday, which is flip through Christmas books. And sorry if my voice is a little scratchy. It's been that way since I got up this morning. I tried to clear my throat, but it is not happening. So I'm going to flip through my physical versions of the Christmas books and winter books. I think I have a fair number of digital ones. I will take a look at that. We might do those next Friday, and then the one after that might be the cat coloring books. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll talk more about my planned schedule at the end of the video because a lot of you are just here for the coloring book flips. So we will start off with Kameliya Angelkova's 50 Winter Miniatures. Of course, her miniature series are popular. She just came out with 50 Christmas elves as part of her, she does have another series where it's like 50 lovely gnomes, 50 unicorns. Now she's got 50 elves. That just came out. I believe that's going to be her Christmas book. But I like those a lot, but I really like her miniature books. So again, 50 winter miniatures. This is Amazon printed. And I realize that probably there are tons of flip throughs of this, but sometimes, if you want to pause and read that, sometimes we see a book and we're like, oh, I'm going to get that book at a certain point, and then you kind of forget about it. And so hopefully these will kind of serve like a reminder. Here's the title page. These will kind of serve as a reminder that these books exist. I will probably begin some Christmas coloring this weekend. I do have a Christmas related buddy color to work on, and that will be the first one on the list, so I guess I will be fully into it. Y'all, look, my husband is very grinchy during the holiday season. I mean, he enjoys spending time with family and stuff like that. He's just not a Christmas person, never has been. Usually I'm the one putting up the tree, and we usually put it up late in the season. Oh, here's the one I guess I did in this, and I was demoing the Arteza iridescent paints. You can see they're on the bottom, that shimmer, and it was also shiny on the black. I used some watercolor pencils that I can't remember offhand that were blah, and then I used some acrylic paint pens that turned out really good. So that was a fun demo page. I like that one. I'm trying to look. Really and truly, I don't think I need these because it doesn't look like I'm going to have any problems with anything bleeding. So I think I said my goal in a previous video. Oh, yeah, sorry, got lost off of what I was saying. So my husband ended up putting up the Christmas tree last night, and I was like, okay, first off, I I didn't make the decision to go do it, and like I said, usually I wait till later in December. We keep it up in January just because, you know, after Christmas it's kind of blah, and sometimes having those lights is nice to have. But he went up and got the tree yesterday, and then got and set that up, and then got all the decorations so that I can hopefully decorate it this weekend. I don't know what that was about. But I was like, okay, sure. No, not my cat. Is a cat, for those of you that hadn't watched recent Color and Chat. Showed up about 3 weeks ago. I'm pretty sure he was dumped off, because I'd never seen him before. Super friendly cat once I worked with him for, about a week. And took him to the vet this week to get the details. He is around 2 or 3, not neutered, male, and does not have a microchip. And I have had info out for about a week trying to find his owners. So far, nobody has come forward. I say all that to ask that y'all please keep him in, keep some maybe keep some kind thoughts, good karma, crossed fingers, prayers my way, because I worry to death about him. He's a super friendly guy. Even the vet commented on how chill he was and just how affectionate he is, and which makes me madder about the whole situation, but I don't need to get in a rant this them penguins just gossiping over coffee. I can already tell. She's getting the deets. They weren't going to be able to neuter him till January, but there is a possibility that he might be able to become an office cat somewhere. And they were supposed to come see him today, and I was like, oh great, we can get the neuter and he can have his home and everything will be great, but they're not going to be able to meet today. So I was a bit put out by that last night. I was a bit bummed. But she still wanted to go ahead and squeeze in his neuter surgery today. So we will at least have that done. He has been vaccinated. I will probably get him microchipped while he's there. And he will be ready to go, and hopefully they can meet again next week. I'll probably keep him on the porch tonight to recover, and then let him go on tomorrow. Now, some of y'all are probably like, well, why don't you just keep him inside, or just keep him until they can... It's not possible. I have 6 other cats in this house. They frequently use the front porch, Leroy in particular, and if you've been around for a while, you know how stressed out he gets when he can't get on the porch. Even when it's freezing cold and he's only going to be out there for a minute. And obviously he can't get on the porch right now. And there's nowhere really to put him in the house temporarily. I can't keep him. Can't ask that of my husband. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to my cats. My other cats. Leroy has been a lot less stressed since Maggie passed away, and while I'd give anything to have Maggie back, and we would just deal with it best as we could, because he is less likely to develop crystals in his bladder and have a blockage, it's healthier for him to be less stressed, and having another young male cat in the house is probably a recipe for disaster. He would stand his ground with the other cats outside. Finn is the one I'm calling the one outside. Finn stands his ground outside, but he doesn't seem to pick on the other cats, but that changes a lot. When you bring a cat into a house with an existing cat ladder alpha scenario, their personalities can change extremely so. We've witnessed that many times. And it's just, I'm worried he will get more stressed. Now here's some of her other stuff. She does have a Christmas mandalas, and she also has a wintertime mandalas, which I'd like to get eventually, but this year I think I am just about set on books for a while. I'm set on books and supplies for a while. I think I've reached a point where I just need to stop. So that and the 50 Elves book might wait till next year. So, very cute book. I'm glad I've already colored in it. My goal is to try to color one picture in as many Christmas books as I can. I can't say all of them, but as many as I can. The Whimsy Girl Christmas. This is by Hannah Lynn. You get 30 images and 2 copies of each. I think this was when the images were exactly the same. Now when she does them, she'll do a regular picture and then she'll do a simplified version, and then this is just 2 copies of the same image, I believe. So again, Amazon printed, basic, typically sized book. Now, Hannah Lynn does have, I believe she is working to get her newest book, which is Whimsy Girls Around the World, out in December. So, you know, if you're just like, I'm going to get one Hannah Lynn book in December, and you don't have this one, that's a hard decision to make. I'm not going to tell you what decision to make. But I'm going to remind you that her goal is to have that. She's already doing pre-sales on her site for the artist edition. If you want to go take a look at that, I'll put her link to her site and stuff in the description. But just FYI, that's going to come out probably on Amazon this month. So she does name all her pictures, which makes it a lot easier when I do like coloring chats and stuff, and I try to come up with my own unique names. She gives you some coloring tips if you want to pause and read that. And then we get started. I don't know if I have colored in this book yet. She also has a Whimsy Girls Through the Holidays, so the 2 copies are back to back to each other. So I'll try to flip quickly here. But, so the plan for Finn is, like I said, I'll probably keep him on the porch tonight just to give him enough time to kind of recover from being neutered today. He will have everything done so that the next step will be to find him a home. And I just, if y'all can cross your fingers, send some good thoughts our way, I would be over the moon. I would want that Christmas present above all else right now is for him to be able to find a home, because every time I've went out there, he is such a happy boy. He is a little stressed just because it's a new environment. That like 3rd eyelid that cats have or whatever that comes up a little bit when they're sick or stressed, that comes up a little bit. And so he's, no, there's 2 copies. I just skipped one. So he's a little stressed, but being in an unusual environment, that's probably not too big a surprise. But what I was saying was, it's not fair to Leroy and his health. It's not fair to my other cats. I have always had, for the ones that are in the house now, they've always been in a household with 5 or 6, at least 5 or 6 other cats, if not more. And, you know, over the years, some cats have warranted more attention than others, just because they come looking for it and such. And so the ones I have now, they've kind of put in their time, and as they get older, I notice cats get more affectionate, and the ones I have now, speaking of kitties, are more affectionate than they used to be. And I feel like they put in their time, and they were patient, and then they deserve to be loved on solely and spoiled without bringing a whole lot more cats into the house. So it's just, yeah. And plus, the rest of them, Leroy included, they're all old, or, that's a real pretty one. They're all old or have health issues, and it's a lot to keep up with, expensive to keep up with. So It's just there are numerous reasons other than it stressing my husband out, which is obviously a big issue as well. There's numerous reasons why I can't keep him as much as I want to. I have to admit, I am a little attached to him, but it is going to be the best thing, I think, for everybody if I can just find another home for him, which is the goal. If this office cat thing falls through, then I will just slowly work to try to find a home for him. I don't necessarily like doing that without going through a rescue organization, just because they, as much as you think you know somebody, you don't know them very well, and I feel like a rescue organization probably has a little bit tougher screening. This one's really cute. I feel a little weird about the hooves that she has, but it's like the whole picture other than that is cute. So I don't know. I would feel guilty if I found a home for a cat and then something bad happened and they wound up back on the street because that person just can't take care of themselves, much less their animals. And unfortunate situations happen to everybody, especially in today's economy and today's world. And I have always asked if they're having trouble to let me know. There was one time I wanted to find a home. Yeah, there was a situation last year where that came up. In fact, I was a little concerned that Finn might actually be the one that came around last year. But he wasn't, thank goodness. I guess. But like I said, I wouldn't need anything else other than to just know he's got a home. And he's warm, and he's safe, and he's loved on somewhere. That would be really the only thing I want this year. So that's so cute. Just can't imagine how cold. Yeah, looks like the mermaids might put on a few more layers. Maybe they have like a little fin cover that they put on. It has all the patterns. I would imagine a winter mermaid, or one that was in like Antarctica or something, extreme cold temperature mermaid, I would imagine would be like furry, like polar bears. That is a busy sweater, but she still looks a lot cuter than I would. Oh, wait a minute. Am I crazy? Does she do things differently with these? No. Just this one in particular. She did one with just the plain sweater and one with the decorated one. I've also seen on her Facebook page her dabbling in the idea of doing grayscale for some of her older books, which would be awesome. Alright, so we've got others to go through, but I am going to pause and come back so I can get dressed, check on the kitty, and go get him neutered. And I guess I'm waiting around to pick him up or whatever, and we'll see how this afternoon goes. Be right back. Alright, we are back. Finn has been successfully snipped, and he is chilling in his carrier on the porch for a few minutes, and then he will hang out there tonight just to make sure everything's okay, and then he'll get to go back out in the morning. And hopefully, like I said, everybody keep their fingers crossed, by the middle of the week, or at least by next week, he'll have a home. So we'll just cross our fingers. But at the very least, he has been vaccinated, he has been neutered, he has been microchipped, and he even got an antibiotic shot today just because I have bad experiences with releasing cats after outside after they've been fixed, only to show back up snotty and full blown upper respiratory infections. So I just did that as a precaution because I just want him as healthy as possible. So anyway, did very good. He's a very good boy. So the rest of this is going to be Jade Summer books. These are available. If you are unaware, these are no longer available on Amazon. You can find the hard copy on and the digital copies of these books on lulu.com. And I just got the book I ordered from Lulu the other day. That's a non-Christmas book. Hoping to do a video soon where I can kind of test the paper and we'll see how it does. But I was never able to do the new release video for this because of everything that happened with Amazon right around that time, so I figured I would include it in this group. They do have 2 new Christmas books this year, Cute Christmas and Easy Christmas, so keep that in mind. The digital version is $5.99, and then the paperback version I believe is $7.99. So on Lulu. So Cute Christmas is illustrated by Alexandra Franzese, and I believe it's 50 unique images. So let's get started. Well, about the author, here's the information about Jade Summer. It's a brand owned by Fritz and Publishing. And then if you want to pause and read about the artist, maybe. There we go. And we get started. If you liked the cute and spooky Halloween book they just put out, this is the same artist. Very similar type of art. So lightly shaded in certain areas. So if you just want to straight color it, you do get a little bit of shading. I think that one's really cute. And that one too. Not complicated images. Bring this light a little closer. There we go. Lighting has changed since this morning, so. Of course, I love that one. I like that one a lot too. I don't know, that might be the first one I do. Just different. I like the Christmas decorations on the islands. The list. Even monsters seem to enjoy Christmas. Yep, lots of cute pictures in here. I was really hoping I could get back to the Jade Summer Halloween books this month. Just because I only got to do like one picture each, and I really wanted to do more. And I don't think it's going to happen this month. Of course, you can color Christmas, you can color Halloween anytime during the year. This month's just been kind of crazy busy, for sure. Very sweet. I like how they put all of the different like landscape and portfolio images together. It's a lot easier when you're flipping through. Little Christmas sloth. I love the little succulents pictures. That one, of course, is adorable. Like I said, I think I'm probably going to get into some Christmas coloring this weekend and officially kick it off. Oh, that'll be a great one for Foxy February, because it's more winter than Christmas, really, if you want to make it that way. Oh gosh, I got to remember that's in there. It's like I put up the Christmas books, and in my head I'm like, there are some winter pictures in there, Michelle, and it never seems to stick. And then some samples from some of the other books. So here's Cute and Spooky, like I was talking about. The 2021 Forest Animals, which they do have another Forest Animals as well. Though I'm not sure if that's still available or if that's been discontinued. I don't know. And then Positive Vibes, Positive Quotes, excuse me, coloring book. Information about rating, which this page is not needed anymore, the Amazon one. I'm sure you can. I bet you can leave reviews on Lulu. I'll have to look. Alright. So then we have Christmas Mandalas. The cover is different on this one. They have changed it. The new cover, of course I'll have the link, but the new cover is a black background. So just in case you see it, you're like, whoa, that doesn't look like the same book. It's the same book. There you go. I remember the year I got this, it was 2018. I did a lot of testing in this book, which I really should do more of next year. I like this little elf one. Not super detailed, intricate mandalas. So for some of y'all that aren't really looking for that, this is an option. There's a few like this that are just, you know, they're patterned, but they've got a big image in the middle, but most of them are just patterns throughout. So I did two different ones in this one using the same color palette. This one, I believe, was marker with pencil over it. Really like this color palette. I need to use it again this year. And I'll show you the other one when we get to it. You know, at this point, I don't see any sort of bleeding with the markers that I use. So, again, I think we can get rid of those. Now, keep in mind, the book will probably also have white backing on the pages, I'm assuming, just because it's being printed differently. And, of course, there will be a digital version. And these are all unique mandalas, I believe, so you don't have any duplicates. I like having a like non-color by number mandala book, and then kind of a color by number for, you know, certain holidays or seasonal things. Just, it gives me options. So like I have Sacha and Sach Diva published a Christmas Mandalas book, but and he's got color by number or non-color by number versions, and I picked up his color by number version. And so I have options. If I want to use my own palette, I can do so. I mean, I can do that in the non-color, I mean in the color by number books, but I don't know. It's hard for my brain to come to terms with that. It's okay changing a color here and there, but evidently evidently trying to just do a whole different color palette does not sit right. Need to do this stuff and challenge myself. I do want to play with a lot of non-conventional Christmas palettes. I think that's... Halloween's not so hard, maybe because I'm naturally drawn to purples and oranges and bright colors. I think that's why, you know, like the Halloween color palettes don't bother me so much. But, you know, you color pumpkins orange so many times, you get kind of tired of it still. But I think the Christmas colors, maybe because they're not necessarily my go-to colors anyway, I get tired of them easily. So like red and green and your blue and silver. I get tired of those quickly, so I want to do a lot of unconventional color palettes for Christmas. I think that will help keep my interest. Of course, some of them are just going to be classic colors just because, you know, that's the way it's going to roll. But so this was alcohol marker with watercolor pencils activated over the top of it, which was an interesting idea, and I liked the effect it gave. I had no issue with it. Like the watercolor pencil was used for shading. A little more tedious, I guess, than just the pencil, obviously, since you've got to activate it with water, but also not as if you want slightly more subtle shading. So, like I said, I need to, I think starting in January, really start to dig into doing some demos during the month and trying different things. I'm not going to call them tutorials, they're going to be demos, because basically I'm trying the stuff right alongside you. I don't know if it's going to work or not. And also, I don't consider myself an expert really in pretty much anything at this point. I have tips about using markers because I just use them so darn much, but that's, you know, in coloring in general, some basic things I've learned over time, but there's just nothing really that I feel, other than using markers, that I feel like I could just sit here and do a tutorial. So I actually like the ones that are marked in terms of if I was going to pick one out of this book this year. Oh. And there's that. So, yeah, this is on Lulu, like the others. There are two different types of Chibi Christmas. So you have a Chibi Christmas that is just line art, like this. And then you have a Chibi Christmas that is grayscale. Did I color a page in this book? I think I did. And then you have a Chibi grayscale. And it should be on Lulu. Should be. They are still working on getting some of their books up on Lulu, so just, you know, maybe be a little patient. I know the digital version's there. So instead of grayscale, they're called pre-shaded now. So also, if you see that, I may link to both, and that way it's less confusing, I guess. So this is the line art version, which I know is surprising to some of y'all because I do like the grayscale books, but I don't know. Some of these I just prefer getting the line art. I've seen some people posting from this recently on the Jade Summer Facebook page, and then they've been real cute pictures. So this book's interesting because it almost feels like there were two different artists. Because you get the first half of it looks like one type of art style, and then the second set looks a little different. That one's cute. I have a pre-lit tree. I don't like the idea of trying to do string lights that the cats may get tangled up in. So, oh my gosh, that is so stinking adorable. So here's like the second part of this. That was the first 15. And then you see the art difference. These are a little bit thinner line art, a little more detailed. They're still cool. I still love them. But I think there were two different artists for this one. So do keep that in mind. That was one of the reasons I try to do the flip throughs. One of the things I do really like about Jade Summer is that on their site they do put thumbnails from their books. I don't know if it's all the images or just a few for every book, but you get at least a taste of what's in their books, and I wish more artists would do that. So those are some fancy looking dogs there. Alright, so there's 25 images. That was the first set, so you get 2 copies of the images, which I'm pretty cool with, especially with the non-pre-shaded, non-grayscale ones. There's also a Kawaii Christmas, which again comes in a pre-shaded version, but I have the line art version. I do not believe I have colored out of this. I will just, I'll put links in the description. Like I said, if the paperback version's there, I'm going to post it. If it's just digital, I'll post the paperback and the digital versions as what's available. And if there is a pre-shaded version, I will link to that to the Jade Summer site as well. And then you can go to Lulu as needed from that one. And these are super cute. Like I said, I really do want to try my hand at some serious holiday coloring this year. Even if I'm not using typical Christmas colors. I have so many Christmas books, y'all. I need to start using them. Oh, that's cool. She's got like the little fingerless gloves. Those are cool. It's kind of what it looks like. Or no, maybe not, because this hand doesn't look like it's gloves. So maybe that's just coming down, or maybe it's just a band on her arm. I thought for a minute they were like fingerless gloves, and I thought that was cool. I might make them fingerless gloves. Why not? She's pretty. Have to look up some crystal coloring. Oh, of course, we have a kitty picture. And another kitty back, or no, she's the kitty. No, Michelle, that is not another cat back there. That is her. She is the other kitty. Okay, fair enough. I like this one a lot too. So I believe these are going to be sets of 2, probably 25 pictures. I do like the different body types in this. Very, very body positive there, Jade Summer. Great job. Love it. Oh, I really dig that picture. That might be a good one. I think like Halloween, I'm just going to make my stack of books, and then as I get to the book and start paging through it, I'll just go from there. So that was the first set. You do get 2 copies of each image in this one, so that's cool. That is Kawaii Christmas. They have different, so they have books that are just simply titled Christmas. They have just Christmas. They have Christmas Volume 2. Then they have Christmas Volume 3. I believe I have the digital version of the other 2, which I will cover in the digital flip through that I do. But this is Christmas Coloring Book Volume 2. So, as to not be too confused. Too confused. Lots of 2s there. Hi, Scamper. So they had another Christmas book that was titled Cute Christmas. For those of you that have been around Jade Summer for a while. I think at the time I got this one on paperback because this is the one that was most appealing to me before, I guess, Volume 3 came out. I just didn't like the first one as much. So speaking of Cute Christmas, back in 2019 they had published another book under the title Cute Christmas. Way different art, as you can see. I asked them about it this morning because I didn't even see it on their site, and I thought, well, maybe they renamed it. Unfortunately, it's been discontinued, so we're not going to do the flip through for that one today because I just think I don't know. I'm not in the mood to flip through a book. I just don't think it's fair to flip through a book and then be like, okay, well, sorry, you can't get it. They only have the digital version, which is odd. I wish they would bring it back. But generally, Jade Summer keeps their books up for a very long time. This is only the second one I know of the third one I know of that's been discontinued. And I like this pattern page. And usually I think they discontinue them for good reason. If they discontinue them, they must have a good reason for it, so. Just FYI, if you do have that other Cute Christmas book, that's one they don't have anymore, so. Which, like I said, is a shame, but since they keep most of their books, there's got to be a reason for it, so. And this gives you a lot of good just landscape type pictures, rooms, like decorated rooms. Then you get the cute ones like the elves and stuff. You get some mandalas. It kind of gives you a bunch of different options. Oh, yes. So I had, as you can see, some severe yellowing happen in the picture that I colored, which was this one. And that's because this was an Arteza marker. I'm pretty sure it was my Arteza and my shuttle art markers seem to be the ones that bleed the most. And so I'm very confident that that's an Arteza marker. But, did I do any gel pen? A little bit. Like on the wreath. I don't know if you can see it. Just a little bit. But yeah, he's just a chill dude there. I guess I should put another page there so it doesn't get any worse. And see, it was just that chair. It's wild, y'all. Some of these markers just, they bleed, and it's like how much they bleed is wild. So here's another pattern page. I can probably work around that. We shall see. Oh, it even kind of, you can barely see it on that page. Wow. So I believe this is all unique images. So you get 50 unique images in this one. And like I said, there is a Christmas volume. Volume 0. I guess it's a Christmas Volume 1, but it just says Christmas on it. And then they have a Christmas Volume 3 as well. And I believe I have at least one of those in a digital version. This one I've eyed for a while. Yeah, I even had pencils picked out at one point for it, and then just, I was going to do a watercolor pencil, and I don't know why I abandoned it. It just didn't go. Sometimes that's how it be, yo. That's just how it be. Cute little kitty. So their older Christmas stuff was a little more complex. The Christmas books you have this year are a lot easier images. They have like light shading to them. So, and then there you go. So that wraps up. I have a few random little Christmas books that I didn't really add, but man, there is something on this cover. I gotta fix that. But that is pretty much my hard copy Christmas collection, Christmas and winter collection, because of course there's winter pictures in here as well. What I think I'll do next, hopefully next Friday, if things get any better, even though it's going to be a busy week, I'd like to look at my digital collection. I think I have some digital Christmas and winter books to show. Then after that, we're just gonna, for the rest of the year, I think just kind of pick from the collection. I had a request for more cat books. I'll probably do that. We may have a lookie at my digital library because I do have quite a few of those. And yeah, just if there's something in particular you guys would like to see, just let me know in the comments, because we'll have, if I if I actually do a flip through each week from my collection, we'll have, let's see, Christmas and cats. We'll have about 3 more Fridays. So y'all just let me know. Y'all take care. I hope you have a good... Oh, tomorrow I am coming back with my coloring supply and book haul for October. Oh my lord. October. Girl, we are in November. What are you thinking? Loud. Y'all. That's gonna be the last big one. I do have some items that just aren't gonna be here on time, and it'll be fine. We'll just count them in December. I may mention them and I'll just show y'all when I get them in December, but like my $100 budget starts in December, and for good reason. It just, yeah. November went ahead, invested in some stuff that I have wanted for a long time. And while there are still a few things I would like to have, they are not on my priority list and can easily be folded into my monthly budget. So I think just moving forward in terms of supplies and books, the haul videos just aren't going to be that big each month. Because like I said, I've got quite a bit. Really, the only thing you might see here and there is when I have to buy more markers, or if I have to add to my, if I have to, like if I run out of markers or run out of a certain supply, I may have to order more. But really, for the most part, I'm going to be a lot more choosy moving forward about books and supplies. So y'all are like, yeah, right, but I mean it. I mean it. So I, you know, Finn wasn't a cheap endeavor, and which is fine if I can find a home for him. If I know, if nothing else, that he's out there, he's protected because he's vaccinated, he's not making any more kittens, then I'm perfectly okay with that. But you know, at some point, I've got things coming up that need to be taken care of. So we'll do that tomorrow, coloring supply and book haul. Tuesday, I have a tag Tuesday. I was tagged from For King and Color for the Christmas scavenger hunt, which means you'll probably see these books again on Tuesday. A lot of these books. I'll try to pick some from some other books I haven't shown. I think that would be a fun challenge. Then Friday will be the other Flip Through Friday digital Christmas and Winter edition. Um, Over the weekend, it's either going to be a color and chat. At some point, I want to take the book I got from Lulu and show you guys what markers do in it, what hard and soft-leaded pencils do in it. The paper, just as an FYI, feels smoother. It does not feel like it has as much tooth as the Amazon paper, which is good. If that's the case, then it seems maybe just a touch thinner, maybe, but it's hard to tell, but it does seem smoother. It does not seem as toothy as Amazon paper, so that's exciting. But we will definitely, I'll use the week to maybe record putting it through some different coloring methods. Hopefully it has 2 copies of each image. I should have made sure the book I ordered had that. And we'll cover that, like I said, next weekend. Yeah, you might just get 2 videos next weekend or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.